Hi there. If you watched last week's video, you already did the hard part. You got clear on your passion path. Maybe it's writing, maybe it's photography, maybe it's teaching something. So now what? Today we're going to talk about launch. Step 2 of the Passion to Pocket framework. And I want to tell you up front, this is where most people get stuck. Not because launching is hard, but most people have been taught that launching has to be really big. And that's just not true. Hi, I'm Christine, founder of Retirement Pocket Cash Club. And if you're new here, this is for retirees who want a little extra pocket cash from doing something they actually know and love, a passion or some knowledge they have. No shipping, no inventory, and no pretending you're going to be an entrepreneur with a giant empire to build unless that's really what you want later on down the line. When I was getting ready to launch my big thing, I made it so much harder than it was. And I'm going to simplify it all for you today. Here's what happens. You get an idea, you get excited, and then your brain says, wait, you need a website, you need a logo, you need a business name. How about an LLC? I need subscriptions to different software. And 6 weeks later, you still haven't done anything. You're bogged down in those details, things that you don't even really need. I did that with things I tried in the past. I sold on Etsy, eBay, Amazon. I built my own websites. I tried other different things. And I always thought I had to have all this kind of administrative stuff in the background before I started, and it's simply not true. And here's what I want you to hear today. Launching simply doesn't mean starting small. It means starting with what you have. Let's break it down into 3 simple parts, and this is what I teach in my club. Pick 1 platform, not 5. If you're writing, it might be a simple digital guide. If you're into photography, it might be one type of product listing. Don't spread yourself across all the platforms. You'll go crazy. You want to get good at one of them first. Use simple tools you may already have. You might have a free Canva account. You have email. And you want to use a platform where there's an audience for what you're selling. Maybe one that you're already familiar with. Maybe you're in some Facebook groups. Maybe you're on Instagram. It really depends on what you're selling for where your audience is going to be. And then step 3 is to make it good. It doesn't have to be perfect. Good enough means something that someone can actually read, use, or learn something from. If you're striving for perfection, it may never leave your computer. I'll take good enough every single time because that's what I'm going to put out in the world for people to find. And the good enough version is the one that will actually earn you pocket cash. When I first put up a digital guide, it was nowhere near what I thought was polished. And I was actually afraid to do it, thinking, oh, who's going to buy this dumb thing? But I laid out what I knew simply and clearly. And you know what? There was interest in it. People weren't looking for perfection. They were looking for a solution to a problem they had. And what I had for them worked perfectly. So here's your assignment for this week. The same thing as in my club. Take the passion path that you got clear on last week and ask yourself, what is the smallest version of this that I could put out in the world in the next 7 days? Not the biggest, not the most perfect, just one simple version that you can get done right away. And if you need help finding out what that smallest version is, that's exactly what we walk through in the Retirement Pocket Cash Club. It's a free community. The link is below in the description. And that's where I go into more detail about these different steps. Next week, we'll talk about the 3rd step, which is earn, and how to actually get your first bit of pocket cash. Until then, pick your one platform and put it out in the world. And if you like what you're hearing here, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. Put out videos weekly, and you'll learn more and more about how to earn more pocket cash. Thanks for watching.